What I'm trying to do today is to make some of these little tiny, I'd call them a grommet, to replace these little jewels that they put in for the, there's one for the charging light and one for a neutral indicator. And I guess you can still get these red ones, but I don't see any listing for the green ones, although they may be available. Let's see, this right here is what the green ones look like. Originally they had a 6-volt bulb under those to light them up. But my idea is to replace those with these little commercially available indicator lights with a LED in there. They're pretty bright. When you light them up, they're going to probably be a lot brighter than what was in there originally. But in order to fit them, because the hole is so big, I need to make some sort of a little grommet or something to indicate in that little thin hole. So I've made these out of black Delrin plastic. And of course this will slide through the center of it and give you the little grommet that you need. Then there's a nut that screws on that holds the whole thing in there, and I figure use a washer on the back of it. But they are pretty bright, so I had to figure a way to make these out of just a Delrin rod. So that's what I'm working on today. The first step is to drill the hole. Next thing I did is I made a tool bit that gives me the rounded edge. It's just a little cut-off tool. So I kind of face it off and make the rounded edge. Next thing is to go in there with I'm using an end mill to get a flat bottomed hole for that jewel to sit, or that LED to sit down in. Going in there about 1/16 of an inch deep. Now the next thing I'm doing is going in there with that little tiny edge of that tool. It's the same tool, but I go in there and just go to a certain number on my dial, which I have marked with some yellow paint. So I go just the right depth so it'll fit in that hole in the headlight. Then I move over and proceed to cut this whole thing off, which I use a little screwdriver I'm using here that helps me catch the thing when it drops off. I don't want to lose it down in the chip pan. There, come off. And then I plunge this in, just keep going with it until I got a number on my dial, which is 100. I set it to that. That's how big around the things are. And now I'm ready to put the counter bore in the hole, because the hole's deep enough to make several parts. I'm making a few of them here just in case I ever want another one. I'll have plenty, because most of the trouble was in getting it set up. Once it's set up, you don't want to do it again. Now, that's what it looks like finished. This is the red light that I'm replacing. These little indicators, you can get those on eBay, all different colors. It says that they're chrome plated brass, so I don't think they're going to rust. That's one good thing. And they're machined, and they have a nut to hold them in, and all it'll take is a washer on the back side, but pretty small little thing to make anyways. But I think that'll look alright. It doesn't look quite as good on this black. Maybe I could have made them out of aluminum, but I think plastic never rusts, and it doesn't, oxidize, and it's probably going to last forever, so I make them out of that. And as you can see, I made a bunch of them there. It took me maybe, I'm going to say, a couple minutes a piece to make those things. You know, once you get the setup in, that's the big thing. After that, it's real easy to make them. So that's my fix for that problem.